Yawning, say go. Welcome back to our Saturday Smoothie Club. This week we'll be making a healthy apple pie smoothie. Apple pie. That classic dessert. Sweet and tangy apples blended with spicy cinnamon melting in your mouth in a flaky crust. What could be more comforting? If only it weren't so rich. Did you know that 1/8 of a 9-inch apple pie has 300 calories and 14 grams of fat? Sure, those are 300 worthy calories, but it's still not something we want to indulge in every day. Unless you indulge in this much lighter, healthier version that you can whip up in the blender. Its blend of sweet honey, creamy yogurt, apples, and milk satisfies any apple pie craving without all the extra fat. If you really miss the crust, you could garnish it with a graham cracker, and since it's so light, you can even add a little extra indulgence by topping it with a spritz of whipped cream. For today's recipe, you're going to need 3/4 cup of vanilla yogurt, 1 chopped apple, half a cup of milk, which could be dairy or non-dairy, 1 tablespoon of honey, half a cup of ice cubes, and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. So grab all your ingredients and let's get started. So here we have just an everyday apple. I've had mine in the fridge for the last day or two, so it's nice and cold. I'm just going to slice my apple, removing the core as I go, and I'm just going to chop it into smaller pieces that I can toss into my blender. Now that we've got our apples out of the way, we're going to add our half cup of ice. Followed by 3/4 cup of vanilla yogurt. One-quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, which do I want to add next? Yes, honey, just regular liquid honey. We're going to add 1 tablespoon. Make sure you get all that delicious gold goodness into your smoothie. And our last ingredient will be half a cup of milk. Again, it can be dairy or non-dairy milk, whichever you prefer. Either way, it'll work. Now that we've got everything in our blender, we're gonna pop our lid on and place it on the base. I double check to make sure that the bottom is on tight enough. My kids often put the dishes back together off the drying rack, so the last thing I need is a big spill. As always, I start out on a lower speed just to get everything moving, especially with this smoothie since we've got some ice. Then I'll move it up to a higher speed. Here I'm just pushing the smoothie button. Once you've found a consistency you like, and you know all of your chunks have been pureed well, you can pour it into a glass and enjoy your smoothie. As always, for those of you who are interested, we're now going to spend some time talking about the nutritional information and learn some fun facts regarding the ingredients we've used today. Apples are one of the most popular fruits, and for good reason. They're an exceptionally healthy fruit with many research-backed benefits. A medium apple with a diameter of about 3 inches equals 1.5 cups of fruit. 2 cups of fruit daily are recommended on a 2,000 calorie diet. Apples are a rich source of polyphenols. While nutrition labels don't list these plant compounds, they're likely responsible for many of the health benefits of apples. To get the most out of apples, leave the skin on. It contains half of the fiber and many of the polyphenols. Apples are high in fiber and water, 2 qualities that make them filling. In one study, people who ate apples before a meal felt fuller than those who consumed applesauce, apple juice, or no apple products at all. In that same study, those who started their meal with apple slices also ate an average of 200 fewer calories than those who didn't. Researchers think that apples are more filling because they're less energy dense, yet still deliver fiber and volume. Furthermore, some natural compounds in apples may promote weight loss. Apples have been linked to a lower risk of heart disease. One reason may be that apples contain soluble fiber, the kind that can help lower your blood cholesterol levels. They also contain polyphenols, which have antioxidant effects. Many of these are concentrated in the peel. Several studies have linked eating apples to a lower risk of type 2 diabetes. In one large study, eating an apple a day was linked to a 28% lower risk of type 2 diabetes compared to not eating any apples. Even just eating a few apples per week had a similarly protective effect. It's possible that the polyphenols in apples help prevent tissue damage to beta cells in your pancreas. Beta cells produce insulin in your body and are often damaged in people with type 2 diabetes. Apples contain pectin, a type of fiber that acts as a prebiotic. This means it feeds the good bacteria in your gut. Your small intestine doesn't absorb fiber during digestion. Instead, it goes to your colon, where it can promote the growth of good bacteria. It also turns into other helpful compounds that circulate back through your body. New research suggests that this may be the reason behind some of the protective effects of apples against obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Test tube studies have shown a link between plant compounds in apples and a lower risk of cancer. Additionally, one study in women reported that eating apples was linked to lower rates of death from cancer. Scientists believe that their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects may be responsible for their potential cancer preventive effects. Antioxidant-rich apples may help protect your lungs from oxidative damage. A large study in more than 68,000 women found that those who ate the most apples had the lowest risk of asthma. Eating about 15% of a large apple per day was linked to a 10% lower risk of this condition. Apple skin contains the flavonoid quercetin, which can help regulate the immune system and reduce inflammation. These are 2 ways in which it may affect asthma and allergic reactions. Eating fruit is linked to higher bone density, which is a marker of bone health. Researchers believe that the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compounds in fruit may help promote bone density and strength. Some studies show that apples, specifically, may positively affect bone health. The class of painkillers known as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs, can injure the lining of your stomach. A study in test tubes and rats found that freeze-dried apple extract helped protect stomach cells from injury due to NSAIDs. 2 plant compounds in apples, chlorogenic acid and catechin, are thought to be particularly helpful. However, research in humans is needed to confirm these results. Most research focuses on apple peel and flesh. However, apple juice may have benefits for age-related mental decline. In animal studies, juice concentrate reduced harmful reactive oxygen species in brain tissues and minimized mental decline. Did you know there are more than 7,500 varieties of apples around the world? Apples float in water because they are 25% air. The sugar in apples is more potent in keeping you awake than the caffeine in coffee. Apples contain malic acid, a substance used for teeth whitening. And the only apple native to North America is the crabapple. Let's take a closer look at cinnamon. Cinnamon is a highly delicious spice. It has been prized for its medicinal properties for thousands of years. Modern science has now confirmed what people have known for ages. Here are some of the health benefits of cinnamon that are supported by scientific research. Cinnamon is a spice that is made from the inner bark of trees, scientifically known as cinnamomum. It has been used as an ingredient throughout history, dating back as far as ancient Egypt. It used to be rare and valuable and was regarded as a gift fit for kings. These days, cinnamon is cheap, available in every supermarket, and found as an ingredient in various foods and recipes. There are 2 main types of cinnamon: Ceylon cinnamon, also known as true cinnamon, and cassia cinnamon, which is the more common variety today and what people generally refer to as cinnamon. Cinnamon is made by cutting the stems of cinnamon trees. The inner bark is then extracted and the woody parts removed. When it dries, it forms strips that curl into rolls called cinnamon sticks. These sticks can be ground to form cinnamon powder. The distinct smell and flavor of cinnamon are due to the oily part, which is very high in the compound cinnamaldehyde. Scientists believe that this compound is responsible for most of cinnamon's powerful effects on health and metabolism. Antioxidants protect your body from oxidative damage caused by free radicals. Cinnamon is loaded with powerful antioxidants such as polyphenols. In a study that compared the antioxidant activity of 26 spices, cinnamon was the clear winner, even outranking superfoods like garlic and oregano. In fact, it is so powerful that cinnamon can be used as a natural food preservative. Inflammation is incredibly important. It helps your body fight infections and repair tissue damage. However, inflammation can become a problem when it's chronic and directed against your body's own tissues. Cinnamon may be useful in this regard. Studies show that this spice and its antioxidants have potent anti-inflammatory properties. Cinnamon has been linked to a reduced risk of heart disease, the world's most common cause of premature death. In people with type 2 diabetes, 1 gram, or about half a teaspoon of cinnamon per day, has been shown to have beneficial effects on blood markers. It reduces levels of total cholesterol, the bad or LDL cholesterol, and triglycerides, while good or HDL cholesterol remains stable. More recently, a big review study concluded that a cinnamon dose of just 120 milligrams per day can have these effects. In this study, cinnamon also increased the good cholesterol levels. In animal studies, cinnamon has been shown to reduce blood pressure. When combined, All of these factors may drastically cut your risk of heart disease. Insulin is one of the key hormones that regulate metabolism and energy use. It's also essential for transporting blood sugar from your bloodstream to your cells. The problem is that many people are resistant to the effects of insulin. This is known as insulin resistance, a hallmark of serious conditions like metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. The good news? Cinnamon can dramatically reduce insulin resistance, helping this important hormone do its job. By increasing insulin sensitivity, cinnamon can lower blood sugar levels. Cinnamon is well known for its blood sugar lowering properties. Apart from the beneficial effects on insulin resistance, cinnamon can lower blood sugar by several other mechanisms. First, cinnamon has been shown to decrease the amount of glucose that enters your bloodstream after a meal. It does this by interfering with numerous digestive enzymes, which slows the breakdown of carbohydrates in your digestive tract. Second, a compound in cinnamon can act on cells by mimicking insulin. This greatly improves glucose uptake by your cells, though it acts much slower than insulin itself. Numerous human studies have confirmed the anti-diabetic effects of cinnamon, showing that it can lower fasting blood sugar levels by 10 to 29%. The effective dose is typically 1 to 6 grams or around half to 2 teaspoons of cinnamon per day. Neurodegenerative diseases are characterized by progressive loss of the structure or function of brain cells. Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease are two of the most common types. Two compounds found in cinnamon appear to inhibit the buildup of a protein called tau in the brain, which is one of the hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease. In a study in mice with Parkinson's disease, cinnamon helped protect neurons, normalized neurotransmitter levels, and improved motor function. These effects need to be studied further in humans. Cancer is a serious disease characterized by uncontrolled cell growth. Cinnamon has been widely studied for its potential use in cancer prevention and treatment. Overall, the evidence is limited to test tube and animal studies, which suggest that cinnamon extracts may protect against cancer. It acts by reducing the growth of cancer cells and the formation of blood vessels in tumors and appears to be toxic to cancer cells, causing cell death. A study in mice with colon cancer revealed that cinnamon is a potent activator of detoxifying enzymes in the colon, protecting against further cancer growth. These findings were supported by test tube experiments which showed that cinnamon activates protective antioxidant responses in human colon cells. Whether cinnamon has any effect in living, breathing humans needs to be confirmed in controlled studies. Cinnamaldehyde, one of the main active components of cinnamon, may help fight various kinds of infection. Cinnamon oil has been shown to effectively treat respiratory tract infections caused by fungi. It can also inhibit the growth of certain bacteria, including Listeria and Salmonella. However, the evidence is limited, and so far, cinnamon has not been shown to reduce infections elsewhere in the body. Also, the antimicrobial effects of cinnamon may also help prevent tooth decay and reduce bad breath. HIV is a virus that slowly breaks down your immune system, which can eventually lead to AIDS if untreated. Cinnamon extracted from cassia varieties is thought to help fight against HIV-1, the most common strain of the HIV virus in humans. A laboratory study looking at HIV-infected cells found that cinnamon was the most effective treatment of all 69 medicinal plants studied. Again, human trials are needed to confirm these effects. At the end of the day, cinnamon is one of the most delicious and healthiest spices on the planet. It can lower blood sugar levels, reduce heart disease, risk factors, and has a plethora of other impressive health benefits. Just make sure to get Ceylon cinnamon or stick to small doses if you're using the cassia variety. Here are some amazing facts about cinnamon. Cinnamon is a powerful germicide and can kill bacteria in the mouth, gut, and on the skin. It contains properties that are antifungal, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antiseptic, and carminative. Cinnamon is also anti-carcinogenic. It contains benzaldehyde, an anti-tumor agent. Honey is a golden superfood that has been used for centuries. Many know it as an effective medicine that can be used for healing, while others use it as a sweetener in their coffee. However, did you know that honey can be the perfect addition to smoothies? That's right. Whether it's a breakfast or a midday smoothie, honey adds essential nutrients such as calcium, copper, iron, and magnesium to your already healthy concoction. But that's not all. The other major reasons why you should make honey the key ingredient in your smoothie include: let's get real. Not all smoothies are delicious. They might be really good for you, but certain ingredients can make your morning smoothie hard to enjoy. To fix this, don't hesitate to add a teaspoon or two of honey to your smoothie. And if you're worried about calories, don't be. Honey contains only about 16 calories per teaspoon, so it won't make that much of a caloric difference. However, the difference in taste will be astounding. In other words, once you add the honey, its sweetness takes over and the bitter taste practically fades away. Needless to say, with honey, you'll be able to enjoy the benefits of a healthy smoothie and enjoy a little immunotherapy without squinting every time you take a sip. If you prefer a berry smoothie that lacks certain nutrients like calcium, magnesium, or iron, add honey to get all the essential elements your body needs. This golden superfood can also be a nutritious addition to a smoothie, even if you're diabetic and need extra protein without the saturated fat. The secret in this case is to use it in moderation. So instead of 2 spoonfuls, use only 1. Honey doesn't contain any fat or cholesterol, so it's also perfect for individuals who need to keep their cholesterol levels in check. So we know how beneficial smoothies can be before or after a workout, but did you know that adding honey to your smoothie can actually aid muscle repair? Just a dollop of this golden substance can significantly enhance muscle repair by boosting glycogen production, which is essential for muscle restoration and blood sugar control. So, whether it's a leafy green or a tropical banana smoothie, make sure you don't leave the honey out. It's really no surprise people refer to this golden substance as a superfood. After all, it does have super properties. However, the secret is to consume it on a daily basis and in moderation. I know, as always, I just covered a lot of information in a really short period of time. My hope, however, continues to be that you found this information to be interesting as well as beneficial, and that you'll continue to experiment with these items in your smoothies moving forward. If you're ever looking for more information, you can always reach out by emailing me at capc@nawasa.ca. Until next week, Ona.